You said you have a
I
story.
just
Now,
wanted
can
to
you
tell
tell
y'all
it
a
in
story.
2
My
minutes?
welcome to Las Vegas minute. I'll try to shorten it a little bit.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. We had all kinds of excess charges from Metro Police when I got here the first year in 1999, and it was an incredible amount of money we spent for them to handle traffic control and to handle security on the property. It's like $375,000, and Humpy Wheeler, who y'all know, used to run Charlotte for a long, long time. He called me after that when he saw how much we had spent, and he said, you really need to go meet with the sheriff and tell him that we'll do some nice things for them at the Speedway, and in return, we'll get free traffic control and security on the property. And so he had a whole list of things, an office out here at the Speedway and this and that, and we were to picnic for the family and a Christmas party in December, and we were going to do it upright and make the sheriff's department look good. We're going to offer them free training on our property where they do that spin-out maneuver, and so it was going to be a nice, happy marriage, and we wouldn't spend any money with them, and they wouldn't spend any money with us. So I called I ended up with Under Sheriff Dick Wingett. I still remember his name, W-I-N-G-E-T, and he listened to my proposal, and he said, all right, we'll get back to you. So about a month later, Bruton calls and said, did you ever hear back from the sheriff? And I said, no, they haven't called me back. So I went to Richie, who still had an office here, Richie Klein, and I said, Richie, the sheriff hadn't gotten back to us yet on this proposal I had. And he said, well, we'll get a meeting. So we get a meeting with Jerry Keller. Jerry Keller was the sheriff of Clark County at the time, and Jerry Keller is a big man, a massive man. Buford Pusser kind of guy, think. So we set up this meeting, and it was going to be at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. We got there at quarter to 11. And at about 11:20, his secretary said, the sheriff will see you now. So we go in to see the sheriff, and we sit down in his office, shake hands with this baseball mitt. And I'm looking up at him like that. Nice to meet you, sir. Yes, sir. We sit down at this little tiny round table in his office. And there were three of us, Sheriff Keller, Richie Klein, and me. And so Richie says, well, Sheriff, for the reason we wanted to meet with you, we got this idea, this proposal, and he immediately was interrupted by Sheriff Jerry Keller, K-E-L-L-E-R, because I'm still not happy with this guy. And he says, and Jerry Keller says, is this the young man? And he puts his big giant meat of a hand and a finger right about that far from my nose. Is this the young man that called my undersheriff and offered him a bribe? And I tried to swallow, but I could not swallow. And I said, sir, I know my voice was shaking. I said, I have not offered a bribe to anybody. I don't care, sir, he says to me. I don't know how they do it in Charlotte or Darlington or Bristol or wherever it is you're from, but we don't do business that way in Las Vegas. And if you don't believe me, I'll take you out of this meeting in handcuffs. So now all of a sudden, my head's spinning. I've just moved here, trying to make a good impression. So the meeting gets over with. Now Bruton wants to know what's going on, how'd the meeting get. And so we get back to my office, and Richie and I get on the speakerphone. We call Bruton. And Bruton said, how'd the meeting go? Well, not very good, Bruton. I said, he considered my offer to him to the Metro a bribe, and he threatened to take me out of the meeting in handcuffs. And there was a silence. And Bruton said, well, now you should have put your wrists up there just like this. He said it'd been great publicity for the Speedway, and we need all the publicity we can get. So that's the way Bruton looked at things. Me, I didn't want to go to jail.